people. I don't know what led to this, perhaps it was fate, but let me share a story with you. It happened on June 11th, 2019. A week ago, I rescued a fledgling raven that had fallen from its nest. This young bird, recently feathered, had been out of the nest for over a day. Miraculously, it wasn't crushed by cars nor preyed upon by cats or dogs. What was remarkable was how this little one, relying on its beak and wings with broken legs, had managed to crawl across a busy road. After being kicked by passers-by, it hid under the wheels of cars parked nearby. Over a day passed. Watching from her balcony, my friend finally decided to inform me about the situation. I went downstairs to see if I could help. There was no way to put the fledgling back into its nest, as the tree was too tall and the nest unreachable. The parents circled above, not allowing me to pick it up. When the car under which the fledgling was hiding drove away, I approached it. The little raven spread its wings wide and raised its beak in a futile attempt to appear menacing. "Stay away!" I watched for a long time, and after it got used to my presence, I carefully picked it up and moved it from the asphalt to the grass under the tree. The cold, rainy day passed. Nothing changed. The fledgling still sat helplessly in the grass. Finally, I decided to provide more effective help. The parent ravens were nowhere in sight. I gently picked up the fledgling, placing it in a cardboard box lined with my old black and grey sweater. To my surprise, it barely resisted, probably too weak to fight back, and sat relatively calmly in my hands. Unexpected for a wild bird. The fledgling was very thin, just skin over bones, but its little body was still warm. Throughout the day, I tried to give it water and feed it raw mince. It barely moved, and it seemed as though it might die at any moment. I did everything I could to help it survive. I placed the box next to me and watched every movement, setting a plate with raw beef mince, boiled egg, and water nearby. The next day, it began to peck weakly at the food and showed signs of revival, evident in its eyes. This little raven, newly hatched but with surprisingly wise eyes, showed a strange gift of nature. What takes humans years to develop, animals and birds achieve much quicker. Awareness and the ability to function fully, that is, to survive. Over 2 days, I watched as the little raven struggled to survive, moving by leaning on its beak and wings. It was painful to watch. I would wake at night and contemplate its pitiful state. It slept with its beak down and wings spread, a posture not typical for birds, probably because its broken legs hurt too much to allow a more comfortable position. I felt helpless and heartbroken watching it. Such a fragile little creature, a black fledgling, yet so full of life and strength. I grew to deeply respect this young raven. Another day passed. Realizing that sitting and waiting for recovery was pointless, I decided to call the veterinary service. They arrived soon after. After examining the bird, they said they could help. They explained that the fledgling needed to be taken to a rehabilitation center for birds, where it would be treated and eventually released to live freely with other birds. They took the box with the fledgling, leaving me hopeful that it would be all right. I could have kept it, but a raven is a bird meant for the wild. I hope my little raven recovers, its legs healed. After some time living in an aviary, it will be released to live freely for a long time. The black raven, strong beak, 2 wings, and an extraordinary spirit and strength. The raven is now my talisman for the rest of my life.